So real quick, you said you want whips in your restroom. Is that what I'm hearing?
Hey,
RC.
we can talk about it on the stream. We can talk about it.
Well, that's really, really nice because we are alive. Welcome back, everyone. Hope that everyone's having a great week. We are back at it again with another podcast episode. Last episode was pretty cool. The boys got really personal. We talk about how we all lost our V cards. Some better than the other. Some better than the other. And it was just a really good time. I mean, it really brought us down memory lane. And, which kind of brings us to this next topic. And before I even bring it in, I wanted to just check on the boys. Ed, how you doing today?
I'm good. I finally got some needed sleep after switching back to overnight, so just trying to stay freaking rested while working overnight all the time. And then I'm going to be switching back after this week anyway, so it's like, what the hell's the point? But,
So you're going back to days this coming week?
fucking Saturday, like next Saturday.
Oh,
He's just
okay.
flip-flopping, man. It sucks.
I work overnight to like all the way till Wednesday, and I work Saturday. I go back to days, and then the next week I'm back days.
Yeah,
That is a lot, yeah.
that sucks.
It is, but it's all good. Mostly it was because I was training a new person, and then vacations are happening, so I'm switching back so abruptly to days because of the vacations that they need me to cover. So it's like,
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's always like a hard time, but like, people need days off too, so that makes sense.
well, I do have 3 days off in a row. I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay, so the
that's a
most
good thing.
the most pointless days off in a row to have?
Yes,
Got it.
pretty
Where
much.
everyone's
Pretty much.
working
I mean,
to a
Friday. He's got Friday technically. You know what I mean?
no, he said what'd you say? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. He said
No,
Fri-
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He's got
Oh.
the ass end of the week.
And
Got
then
it.
I go back Saturday at 1. So the only good thing is when I go back in the afternoon. So it's not like I have to
Yeah.
wake up extremely early because
Okay.
I'm closing. So it's
Alright.
kind of nice. It's not a bad switch.
Yeah,
It's
all
just
right.
sucks that I have to switch.
Yeah, that's definitely again being a switch hitter like Edward is pretty hard. I mean a
Yeah,
switch
man, it's kind of rough, man.
a
Like,
switch
you know,
shifter.
It's nice when you're giving it all and you're going at it, but then sometimes you just gotta take it and it hurts.
That's
Fucking-
true. That's true. Working hard work hurts. I feel that. All right, RC, how you doing? How you doing today, my good friend?
Doing okay. Now, to answer that question that you had brought up previously, yes, I want to buy a small Ninetales to keep in my restroom upstairs. And if you don't get that reference, then you don't need to know that reference. But yeah, that's what I was talking about with Squid as you joined in. And
Getting a cat of nine tails.
The people that don't
Yeah.
they don't know, they're just gonna think you're a slut. And you know what?
It's a cat
I'm
of
fine
nine
with
tails,
that.
right? That's what it's called.
yeah. It's like the little handle with all the individual pieces. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
But other than that, I'm doing great, man. I've just been working, school, living life.
Yeah, how's school going?
That's it. School's going good. I am midway through my first portion of school, and then once I'm done with that, I will actually transition into the other half, I guess you could say, because it's weird. My curriculum's split into two pieces because I have to do one with a prequel school, and then the other half of it is with an actual university that I finish it out with because I never had college experience or schooling before. So I had to go through a prelim academy first, and once I'm finished with it, I finish my degree with the actual university. So
That's not uncommon. A lot of people have to kind of go through something similar.
especially with it being all online, yeah.
I was gonna say, is there ever a time you got to go in person, or it's just gonna strictly online?
No, it's to do one of the tests that I need. I have to go in person. I have to go take the test physically. Other than that, there's nothing else. Everything is strictly online.
It's not like the final though that you have to go for.
Yeah, it's for the certification. One of the certifications I have to get for what I'm going for. I have to go in person and take it. But other than that, I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, how are you, Steve?
Good. I'm a little drained. I went too hard on the alcohol yesterday, so I'm just gonna drink a nice Dr Pepper and some water. I went way too hard. I thought 11 beers were okay, but I think
I went way too hard, so I'm just gonna drink a bottle of vodka.
I went to way too hard.
I need to level out, you know?
Yeah, I just got to balance out. We get drunk on the podcast. We don't get drunk before it. We know that. But
No, Pre-beers don't count.
Can
Pre-beers don't
I get a
count.
cheers? Can I get a cheers?
cheers
everybody?
to the fam. Thank you,
Me,
Dr
me
Pepper
and Steve
Life.
are
Sober
being
life.
non-alcoholics today.
I'll drink my IPA for y'all.
Because I was an alcoholic yesterday.
I gotta work.
So, but other than that, it's going good. I have, I went on, so maybe not this week, but the week before that, I went on, had a week off of work, and during that week, I put out about eight 8 applications for like kind of full-time positions that I've been looking at, and out of those 8, I got maybe 5 responses, and I interviewed for them already, and I have only heard back for a couple of them, like 3. I've heard back from 4, and so one of them they said I got to take a quick Excel exam, but I've been with Excel for years, so I know Excel pretty good. Once I get that, then I'm solid, and then then that job's mine. It will be kind of remote hybrid in CC. So there's a lot that's going to happen this coming week, hopefully. Well, it doesn't start for a while. I'm one of those guys that like, sorry, I got to put my 2 weeks in. I have to put my 2 weeks in at a job I like. But if I don't like them, I'm just like, hey, I know I'm supposed to work the midnight shift, but I quit. Bye. But if I like the job,
you can't do that, man. That's not good for your record. It follows you.
It does not. It does not follow you. That's total lie. It does not follow you. Maybe if you are like in your industry, but like
honestly, in my industry it does because like like I said, I was government, so that shit follows you. I guess I get it. Okay.
But if you work for a company you're not planning on going back to, so the ones I did that to, which is only like 1 or 2, those companies I was not planning on going back to. They were in a completely
to do with them.
Yeah, so like it wasn't like I needed to go backwards for that job. There was no one that I wanted to get references from, so that's kind of also a thing. So there's a lot that plays out. The 2 weeks notice, and I know RC might disagree with me on that, is not really it's a token of my gratitude. I'm gonna give you I'm telling you right now, in 2 weeks I will no longer be employed here. Therefore, you got to figure out who's gonna cover my shift. And if I need to trade someone, here's the time, because I'm not gonna be here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that's really what it's used for most positions. For things like if you're like a waiter and shit like that, putting your 2 weeks in is counterproductive because they don't need to train someone else. They don't need to fill your spot. You're a number. Now, in a position where you are for what you do, I could imagine dependent on the company and organization, they would just need to bring someone else on to fill your spot. That's where that 2 weeks would come in handy. But at the same point, if you bail, you bail. I mean, that's their problem.
Well, no, I never left like a position that was in my field. I always do my 2 weeks for that.
Okay,
but not like jobs I don't plan on doing in the future or aren't even related to what I'm going for to my field. I don't really give a shit. I'm pretty good about it, but like if there's sometimes they just kind of like I can't. They're like they need me now. They pay more. I'm just gonna be like, all right, hey, I'm sorry, but tomorrow's my last day. I'm gonna work and then because I've done it where I put my 2 weeks in, and you know what they did for those 2 weeks? I told one of my jobs I had, I was like, hey, I need 2 weeks to tell my former employee that I'm going to have 2 weeks. I told them that, so they didn't hire me for 2 weeks. Of course, that's because I just told them that. My job, I told them I was going to put my 2 weeks in. They pulled me from the schedule completely.
Yeah, they just flat out said, oh, okay, well, you're leaving anyways. Fuck you then.
Yeah, so 2 weeks and that kind of screwed me. I was kind of broke for 2 weeks. And I didn't get and it's one of those things when you start a new job, you don't get a paycheck until
you have to wait a pay period.
So it's kind of like I was really struggling for a good while. I mean, for about a month, but I'm really good at struggling. Y'all know that. Cheese and tortillas, Hill Country Fare, Economex cheese.
Yeah, ramen noodles, Vienna sausages, things like that.
Yeah, crackers. Yeah. But other than that, man, things are going really solid for me. I got big movies this coming week. Hopefully they go good. I'm going to kind of develop a more stable streaming schedule, depending on if I get these jobs, of course. But we'll see. I'm very excited for what the future holds for good old Steve. But with that being said, we've already been talking about me for like 5 minutes. Let's bring in the topic. The topic is we're gonna take it back, and it's gonna be kind of specific to nostalgia, and we're looking more specifically toward toys and kind of the way we grew up around these toys. So I'm sure maybe one day we'll do an episode with nostalgia snacks and drinks, nostalgia movies, nostalgia shows, and we can kind of go off those things. Yeah. But this is going to be specific.
We can probably buddy one of those when we do the Discord, or not Discord, when we do 3 Guys 1 Plate, because we will have a nostalgia 3 Guys 1 Plate episode coming up.
Very exciting.
If we do just like a movie one, that's going to be like fucking 5 hours. Long. With me and, hold on, this guy.
There you go.
It's just going to be like 5 hours of us talking about movies and an hour of like the same movie probably. It's just going to be fun shit. That's going to be a tough one.
Well, and that's something that, I mean, people want to hear that. We definitely love the nostalgia, the way it makes us feel. So people will grasp on there and be like, I remember watching Surf Ninjas. That movie slapped. So
back in my day.
Back in the good old 90s day. So let's start off, guys. I'm going to list off the number 1 selling toy from each year. and I want you to know.
Okay.
I want to know if
Sorry,
you.
what year?
I'm gonna start in the '90s, so you might not have seen them, Ed, but you probably heard about them, and I just want to do.
90s even, and then go up.
That's what I was asking. Yeah.
Let's go.
Or like when you were born, or like the old.
Well, I want to like talk about because some of these we know. So let's start off.
You're good. You're good. Yeah,
Let's-
wherever you start off.
Oh,
let's-
yeah, so we're-
I'm gonna start at 1980. I know it's. I'm gonna be quick about these because I'm sure we've all had these 1980s, and I read that in the 1980s, the whole decade of the 80s, the number one selling toy was the Rubik's cube. In the 1980s, it was the number one selling story, but in the decade itself, it was the actual number one toy sold for the entire decade. Now there's a lot that goes into that. Yeah.
They still sell like crazy too.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
still a thing.
I mean, do you have one? Did you ever solve it?
Fuck no, I'm a dumbass. I can't solve that shit.
RC?
I got 3 sides done, and I could not get the other 3, and
you
I
sure?
struggled to
Are
do
you
it.
sure they were right?
Hey, fuck you, guy.
So I'm gonna go ahead and shit on you for the big time Rubik's Cube fans here. We don't solve by side. We solve by layers. So when you do
I
it,
fucked that up and didn't know that. No one taught me that shit. YouTube wasn't a thing back then.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I was able to do 3 sides, and I could not get the other 3. And I eventually gave up on it. Life, shit, kid, attention span, take your pick.
All of them. My brother had one, and he couldn't solve it. And I had this like weird thing that if I could do something he couldn't do, I felt like accomplishment. So I solved it, and I go, "Look, I solved it." And he goes, "Who cares? Like anyone, anyone could do that. Anyone." Like he just shitted on me, and I was like, "All right." I did that a lot. All right, 1981's was He-Man toys. Did y'all have the He-Mans?
Yes.
Yeah.
You had
Well,
He-Mans? Were they passed down from RC?
No. So our uncle had them, and we played with them all the time. They
Yeah.
were fucking awesome.
And that's how we knew about He-Man. Yeah, it was through our uncle.
I never was a fan of the He-Man show.
And I watched
or
the cartoon.
Yeah.
Dude, the original movie though with Dolph Lundgren. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Lundgren, yeah.
I never had it, but my buddy, a good friend of mine, I don't know if he's listening right now. He has like the limited edition first ones, like very first ones that came out in the 1980s.
Nice.
He's
Still packaged?
yeah, in package. He has all.
Damn, that's
he's really
money.
big. I actually wanted to get him on this podcast, but maybe we'll get him on for another one for horror. 1982, I know Edward had one of these. Little Pony. Did you have a Little Pony? 1982. That's crazy,
yeah, bro.
right?
Oh, that sparkle? Hell yeah.
My
Little
Little
Guy?
Pony.
I
Interesting.
fucking shit. And
It started in 1982.
Isn't that like a hard belief because it's so
bro, they're
prominent
still
now?
going. They're so
Well, yeah,
prominent.
no, it has such a cult following nowadays. It's crazy.
And
That's how cult followings happen though.
That's true.
There's
That's exactly how they happen.
That's exactly what a cult following is.
Yeah.
there's even a subgroup of people known as bronies that are
yeah.
adult men that love My Little Pony and go to conventions. I'm nothing.
Is there,
Hey,
like, a fucking
good for them.
documentary movie about that?
I saw them. There is a documentary,
Yes, there is a documentary about it.
but I saw it on Comic Book Man, which I used to really get into. So they didn't.
Okay, okay.
So My Little Pony was 82, 83. Cabbage Patch Kids. I don't really remember these too much.
My mom still has shingles of those things.
I
Like,
know
a
what they
bunch of them.
are, but I don't know what they are at the same time.
I never
I've
had
heard
one of those.
about them.
Oh. See, some of these toys are still really big right now. Like 1984 was Transformers. I was
I
in.
fucking had
Yeah.
a lot of. We had a lot of Transformers as kids.
Arcee was in love with
I
them. Like, the
loved
original.
Transformers.
The original.
The toys, the TV show, the cartoon
Bro,
movies. I fucking loved it.
Didn't you have like the fucking actual like the planet thing, right?
Yes, I did.
Cyber City or something. What was it called?
Cybertron.
Cybertron or something. Yeah. I never had the Transformers. I mean, I'm kind of getting kind of sad because I'm seeing all these beautiful memories. I never had any of them. Oh man, this one.
Oh, and no, dude, hold on. But back in the day, those shits were so hard to transform.
They were fragile. They
Yes.
were as kids' toys. They were fragile as fuck. If you broke one of those joints, that was it. Game over. Like there was no fixing
Like,
it.
I
And they were
stocked the new
so
one.
frustrating.
I stocked the new ones. It's like 1, 2, 3, you're done. I'm like, back in the day, I had to do like 6 steps just to get one arm. Like, fuck.
I've never had them. My buddy had them. My buddy had all these toys. He had an older brother that was born in the 80s, so he had a lot of these toys. 1985.
Okay, so-
Good. Oh, yeah.
I was say just passed down. I got it.
Yeah. 1985 was Teddy Ruxpin. I don't know much about Teddy Ruxpin. I never had him.
I don't know what that is.
But
Only heard of it from Ted, the movie.
this
Okay, I get
Only
that.
way I know about it.
it's creepy as hell. This animatronic bear became a beloved child's toy. I don't know, man. Okay, I'm sure I don't even remember these. I didn't even know they had a name. But let me know if y'all know this. 1986 was the Kush Ball.
What is it?
Like Kush, like the good Kush.
Not that Kush.
Let me see if it'll
The
show on the
kids,
camera.
kids.
Oh,
Yes.
I have no idea what that is.
I've seen it's not like little frail, little like
Yeah,
thin
yeah,
ball.
like that.
I've seen those at work, but I don't know what the fuck.
1986 Kush Ball. I've never seen them growing up. They were always around, but I never like bought one. 1987 was Jenga. Did y'all play Jenga as a kid? That's a weird one, right?
Fuck yes, I love
Yeah.
Jenga.
That's a weird one though, right? Like the first board game on this list that I have.
Hey man, board games are considered toys, and that's like the most bought one
Well,
still
yeah,
to this day.
And I'm
though.
sorry, Jenga isn't necessarily. Jenga's like Connect Four to me. They're not board games.
Okay.
They're tabletop style gaming, not like a
Oh, yeah.
RTS or anything, but more of just like it's a. I don't know how to explain it. They don't.
Everybody
They don't.
considers them board
They're
games.
not board games. Yeah, to me
Yeah.
that's not a board game.
All right. I'm sure everyone might have had this or it was close to it. The 1988 was the Nintendo Entertainment Center, the NES, the very first one.
The NES. My uncle had one. I think we talked about it in
Again,
the previous
Yeah.
one.
Our
I
uncle,
fucking
yeah.
loved that thing.
I think my cousin had one. I never got to play it, but I remember holding it. I just don't remember
You got
like
the
playing.
fucking gun and everything.
One of the
Okay.
first. There's a picture of me holding the controller with my uncle. It's probably one of the first gaming consoles
Yeah.
I'd ever experienced as a kid.
That's what you had talked about in our gaming one.
Yeah, and our gaming. Go check it out. We have a whole podcast episode dedicated to gaming, and we talk about it a little more there.
Definitely. The 1989 was the Game Boy. I had a Game Boy. Did you have a Game Boy?
I
had a Game Boy.
still have
Whoa.
our Game Boy.
OG Game Boy, the big. No.
Yeah.
See, you
Purple.
have the color.
Not
No,
yet.
the purple.
That's the
Game
color.
Boy Color.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I have the
The
color. Yeah.
original Game Boy was gray and like an off-white
Oh, yeah,
gray.
yeah.
Because Eddie had one too, and we played on that also. But yeah, I didn't have one, but yet again, Uncle had one.
But I have our Game Boy Color still, and I have
Yes.
Pokemon Blue in it.
Okay. I guess we got to treat this guy different, right? Huh, I didn't
Yeah,
know I
there's
was.
some way about you.
I didn't know we were amongst the royalty. I'll
Understand.
just hide my Wizard of Oz DVD or VHS right here.
You fucked it up.
I did.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to end it real quick. The 1989 Game Boy was. I'm just gonna keep saying the year like I knew, like I'm a historian. The
I sound
1989.
smart now.
Yeah, we had the Game Boy. No, I had a Game Boy. My favorite game on the Game Boy was it was either called Bloody Roar or it was Killer Instinct. I think it had a Game Boy. I'm not sure if it was a Game Boy Color, but I did have a Game Boy because my cousin convinced me to take off the screen. And the screen, the little gray screen that was around it, you can take it off and nothing happens. It just looks like shitty. It looks so shitty. So I just got duped for no reason, and nobody gained anything from that. So that's my.
He did. He gained the duping of you.
He gained the satisfaction of fucking you over.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. 1990s was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures. I
That
can't.
goes back to our uncle.
Yeah.
Uncle Adam.
I can't remember having any toys like this. I'll tell you the ones I did have. I don't think they're in this list. I had Street Sharks was the one I had.
Oh, the sharks, bro. I remember those.
I had Street Sharks, and Street Sharks had real live like little rollerblades that you can roll them on. So they actually would roll. It was pretty cool.
That's an unlocked memory right now, dude. Fuck,
I could see that by the way the mic just exploded. No, the 1990s. So it's kind of again. It's 20 years later, and they just dropped Shredder's Revenge on Steam and like Xbox and all that, which is a remake of the classic arcade game that we would find in arcades. So that's crazy that they actually brought that back, and I actually played it yesterday.
No shit.
It's so much fun because I'm a big fan of fighters and beat 'em ups. That one and the Simpsons beat 'em up were my two favorites.
Simpsons one was so much
That
fun.
one was fun as fuck.
So I'm hoping they bring that back. But yeah, it's still prominent. 10 plus 20, 30 years later. Math is hard.
Good math.
Yeah, thank you. Good math. Yeah, good math. The 1991 Super Soaker. Did you have that one?
We had Super Soakers.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if we had.
that one, but we've had Super Soakers.
I don't know if we had name brand, but we had water guns.
Just have one comfortable pair in their life.
The super soakers. I don't remember having super soakers. I do remember my brother buying them, and I saw them on Boy Meets World, and I never got the chance to buy them. They're made with like numbers on them, I believe. So like you can get like a 3600, which was the big one, or you can cut it in half. You get 218, and that's how I remember it. But the super soakers were really cool. I never had one. Now they have like these cool ones where you dip it in water and it fills itself. So it's pretty cool. Okay, all right.
Have you seen the ones that put out like a blast of water hard enough to knock the breath out of you? Have you seen that shit?
Yeah.
Is it blue?
It hits you like a fucking paintball. I don't know what it's called.
I want to get one.
Like, I was watching a video where this dude shot a can and it just crumpled the fucking can. And it's like, that's a lot of force. Like,
Is it
for a water gun, that's a lot of fucking force.
Is it a children's toy or what's going on there?
I don't know. I haven't been able to find it. I've been looking everywhere. He didn't post the name. It was some random TikTok video. But, like, what the fuck is that? I want one.
Oh, playa.
Yeah, definitely.
For
If anybody wants to sponsor us, we want that water gun.
Yeah.
You can sponsor us.
You know what it is? Go down in the comments and fucking put what it is so I can go buy one. And I will do a video of me shooting Steve with it.
I was gonna say that since the only one that has someone that lives with them, I can talk to your wife and say before we start every episode, she comes out and just blasts you in the face.
Just blast me in the
And then we don't acknowledge it. We just go
me in the
on. We don't even acknowledge it. We just continue on with no one even talks about it. But we'll talk about that. That'd be awesome. All right, so I had one of these, and this is also the same year I was born, 1992. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Did y'all have that? The gray one. Well, they're both gray. You looking at a
Uncle
picture?
had, like, all of them, if I'm right.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, my uncle did have one.
It had the
He played
purple
on that one as well.
switches. It had the purple switches.
Yeah. The reset switch and then the power switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had one of these growing up, and it's kind of funny. Super Nintendo almost died out to Sega. This is
Precursor to the 64. Yeah. I remember now.
so the game. Can you guess what game saved Super Nintendo?
Mario?
No, you would think that.
No.
I think I told Ed before. He knows.
What game saved Super Mario? Or
Super
saved
Nintendo. Yeah, Super
Huh?
Nintendo. What game
Smash
saved?
Bros?
No, Smash Bros was for 64.
Was it
Smash Bros.
Contra?
64.
Go ahead.
Or Contra?
No, it wasn't Contra.
Or Twin Dragons?
No, I don't even know Toy Dragons.
Okay, then I don't know.
It was Donkey Kong Country saved Super Nintendo. This is
No shit.
so. This is really interesting. So Sega and Nintendo
Game
were
was
at
fucking
war.
hard, dude. The game's so much fun.
They were at war. Like,
Yeah.
and one of the games that came out was Mortal Kombat. And this is where Super Nintendo kind of screwed themselves because they market themselves as a family entertainment. So obviously you can't be cutting off people's heads and fatalities during Mortal Kombat. So they removed the gore from the first Mortal Kombat game, but Sega did not. So Sega sale went up, and they almost put Super Nintendo out of business. It wasn't until Donkey Kong Country came out. I mean, hopefully no one fact checked me on this, but that's what I read.
Hold on, I'm gonna check.
Donkey Kong Country saved the system, or at least saved the franchise, or whatever it was. But I mean, Donkey Kong Country, that makes sense. That game slaps. It's a good game.
So-
Yeah. And if Steve's wrong, just call him a liar in their chat.
Yeah, just call me a
go
liar.
ahead.
Just call me a liar. Yeah, I agree.
Comment, liar. You know,
Liar, yeah.
phony, real big, capital letters.
Capital letters,
exclamation
yeah. Just put caps, CAP.
Hey, just message us and we'll tell you where he lives so you can go call him in person.
point. Yeah, you can sit outside his house and yell at him he's a phony.
Good luck with that. You're gonna have to push into other people that are calling me a phony.
Anyways, okay, where are we at? 93?
Yeah, were you born '93, RC?
No, 94.
Okay, we're almost there. So, this one, if I say, I never knew this was a toy, but I guess it was. It's the 1993 The Talk Boy. What do you think that is? What do you think that is?
That sounds wrong.
Is that like a walkie-talkie?
Close.
Is that like
Close? Okay, close. What? I have no idea what a fucking talk boy is.
So let me go ahead and give you
I know what a fuck boy is, but that's something different.
Ed, total fuckboy.
yeah,
Ed.
So it's in the classic movie Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. He's walking around with what's called the Talk Boy, where he records things. It's a portable cassette player and recorder.
Interesting.
That was the 1992.
That's not a toy. That's a cassette recorder.
This is by
How the fuck
Insider.
is that a toy?
Apparently, it was a toy back then, man.
Somebody
That's crazy.
didn't have one.
I know what you're talking about now, knowing the movie very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew that. Yeah, I would have never thought that was a toy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's in this list. I'll put the link in there, and y'all can get on them about this. It's the Insider. I'm sure someone from the
strongly worded email.
somebody from the Insider is like, I didn't get permission about this. All right, so now we're talking about Ed's realm, and this is the same year RC is born. The 1994 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was the #1 selling toy.
Yes, and we had them.
Oh, Power Rangers is still my shit. I fucking love Power Rangers.
Of course, I was born in '94, so me and Squid didn't have them when they came out, but we did have them growing up as kids. We had all the Power Ranger toys.
I will tell you, I was obsessed with them.
Yes.
Still am.
Still is. You still have them, yeah.
You still play, yeah.
Like the Legacy Collection they released and stuff, I bought the Psycho Rangers sets. I want to get the Mighty Morphin Team NT crossovers they did, because they have the Turtles dressed as Rangers. It's sick as shit. So yeah, I'm still in that shit. Fuck yeah. I don't give a fuck.
So this was based off the live action TV series in 1993, which was an old, I forgot where it came from. Let me see if it says in here. But it was originally, I think it was a Japanese show called something, I can't, obviously I won't be able to translate it, but it was basically a lot of the show had, a lot of the stunts and things were already done, and they just transferred over and just changed out the people that when they took off the mask. So those aren't even the real actors in some of the scenes. As a matter of fact,
talking about Power Rangers?
Yeah, the original 1993 one.
Oh yeah, from Super Sentai.
There we go. That's the one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And the Yellow Ranger. Good.
So and there was a precursor show that had, what was it? The Beatles. The fucking, I forget the name of them. Beetleborgs. Yeah, that was the like original pre to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
So what there is, so with like Japan and stuff, there's like the whole Super Sentai series, and like every season of Power Rangers has been done in Japan. And there's like so many other ones that have been done that America hasn't even touched. Along with the Carmen Riders, which is another fucking series. It's like the same type of shit that's all in Japan. And America's just copying it. So yes, with Mighty Morphin, they did that. They took a lot of shots and just used it and then cut certain things out and added certain things.
And that's and that's why the Yellow Ranger and the Pink Ranger. The Pink Ranger is wearing a skirt. The Yellow Ranger is not, because it was originally a dude.
Yep.
He literally was, so that was something that kind of was, and I've always kind of been a fan of Power Rangers. I did not have the toys as a kid. I don't remember. I do remember them being around as well. Man, my childhood sucked. All right, 1995, the Beanie Babies.
I know what they are. I don't think we ever had any.
No, but
my mom still has jingles of those too.
You had some, right? Okay, yeah.
They are very weird, and I think there was like a 1997 court case where a couple was getting divorced and they had to split their Beanie Babies.
Yeah, because they're worth money.
Yeah, they're very rare.
Like, there are some that are worth millions of dollars. Like, it's fucking insane.
That is fucking insane.
It's like Pokemon cards. Like, shit's expensive.
And we'll get to the Pokemon one. 1996, the Tickle Me Elmo. I know Ed had one. I know Ed had one.
I did more than just Tickle, but we're not talking about that.
Squid wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Yeah, so I'm saying that you might have gotten this gift as a kid, because this is not like a child's toy; it's like a baby's toy.
I don't.
Not that I recall. We never had an Elmo.
I don't remember ever being in the Sesame Street, but
yeah,
they did bring that back a couple years ago, didn't they? They tried to push it. They even came out with like a Cookie Monster one, because I remember stocking that shit for Christmas.
Yeah, I never watched Sesame Street, but I always loved the Cookie Monster. That was like my favorite little character.
Yeah, shit creeped out because it started going off randomly when I was stocking the shelves and turned around. I was like, you shut your mouth.
You shut your whore mouth, Cookie Monster.
Because like, I was just stocking and I hear noise and I turn and it's just a thing going on, like moving, and I was like, no.
Where are we at, 97?
Well, let me just go ahead and fix this real quick. When Squid says stalking, he's not stalking. He is stalking things on a shelf. I don't want you to think that he's following people and there's another person that's the Cookie Monster following him. We don't want that.
I'm only following you, but yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. And that brings us back. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms. We can always bring
I like what you do with the curtains in your room, Steve.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, is that nice shirt? I like that shirt you're wearing. You're not wearing shorts. I don't wear shorts. 1997, the Tamagotchi. I have a funny story with this one. Go ahead, Ed. You have this? Ed?
I never had one.
No.
Never had one?
I'm pretty sure I would have killed it.
I did not have a Tamagotchi, but I do remember they had these knockoffs that you got at like a McDonald's.
Oh.
And I had one of those, and I remember I was like trying to fit in with the cool people, so I'd wear it around like my little belt loop, and I'd just be like, "Yeah, I got my Tamagotchi," and someone would be like, "That's the one for McDonald's," and I was like, "We're poor." So
Fucking iPad episode of South Park.
yeah. So that's something that I
Oh,
felt.
So I never had the Tamagotchi, but I wanted the fucking Digimon one they came out with for. I think it was for like the movie. They had a Digimon.
Yeah.
I wanted that shit, but I never got it. But I just
Shit
remembered
was
about that one.
expensive.
Yeah, but it was so dope because it was like the Digi-Egg. You can get Agumon or Gabumon or any of them. Yeah.
I like
All
it.
right,
I like
Steve.
it.
What year are we on?
98. Wait, were you already
Okay.
born? What year were you born? 96.
I was born in '98, sir.
Okay, we're
98.
here. All right, so
This is
this
my birth year.
1998, the Furbies. I had one,
Okay.
Okay.
but yeah, I had one, but it's another sad story. It was the McDonald's one I got. So I just
We had a couple, but I think they were also the McDonald's ones. I don't think those were
Yeah.
toys that we would have bought by choice.
Yeah, I don't really remember them. I know what they are though.
okay. Ed, what do you think 1999 is?
Pokemon.
Pokemon was the biggest till
It has
this
to be.
day. 1999 Pokemon cards were
Okay.
crazy. They
Because if I'm right, the anime started I think in '98 or in '99 as well, and it just shot out. What were you saying?
it was crazy when it came out. We would play this game, these little stupid dinosaurs on cards for like
You won't watch
keeps.
your mouth.
For keeps, like it was insane. There was some times where like people would fight over them in my neighborhood. There was this
Oh, you
one
see-
time my buddy, one of my brother beat this guy in Pokemon cards, and he took all of them. He just grabbed them from his hand. He goes, "These are all mine now." So we went running, and he told his mom, and his mom came to our treehouse, and we hid all of them underneath the baseboards of the treehouse we built. By the way, we shouldn't have been in this treehouse because it was not a real treehouse. It was boards that were hammered by us, who were like little kids, and just up here. But yeah, we stuck them on the floorboards, and we gave him all the crap ones. But I had all original 150, 151, I believe, and now I have none, which is kind of I'm okay with that.
I was gonna say I used to fucking play and trade in school with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and I still collect Pokemon cards.
You still have them.
Yeah, I fucking bought the new Pokemon Go set they came out with. I'm trying to get that Radiant Charizard, dog.
And now I just can't keep up with it. I mean, what the fuck's a Radiant Charizard? Like it's so
It's
That's a
basically
Yeah.
it's basically like a shiny Charizard, but it's black and black and red, so it's like an inverse of.
An abstract, yeah.
so yeah. I mean, these cards like. I mean, I'm sure you know, Ed. How much is a holographic Charizard going for right now? Like the hundreds and thousands, right? PSA 10.
PSA 10, yeah, depending on the grade and everything, it can go for
Yeah.
upwards of like I think.
I know that an original 1999 to 2000 era Pikachu, not a specialty, just a PSA 10 Pikachu, goes upwards of $2 million. But it has to be date marked and everything. PSA 10.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing. Like a piece of fucking cardboard paper is $2 million.
And by the way, you can keep these cardboard Pokemon cards in the most best shape, but sometimes even when they create them, if they're off by like a decimal of a millimeters, then they won't give you the PSA 10 or anything like that.
One color is just a little faded or off.
So they definitely So there's a lot.
Like, I pulled my fair share of cards that I don't know what they'll be graded, but just not even graded. They're like worth $50 or so. I pulled some pretty decent cards in my time.
So I did have Pokemon, which I'm glad. I had this next one too, the 2000, the Razor Scooter. I had one.
We had Razor scooters.
A Scootin'?
The scooter. How are your chins still? Did your chins ever heal from that scooter when you do like a bar spin?
Fun fact. My dad worked with a vendor for Mountain Dew, and me and Squid had Mountain Dew marketed and logoed Razor scooters.
Yep.
That's kids.
Where's it at?
Oh, they're gone. I think got destroyed. Yeah.
Jesus
Put those
Christ.
to the ringer.
Yeah, I used to. I
Beat
used
the hell out of those things.
And they also made our ankles into braille.
the chins, bro. Like the chins, like
Like skateboarding. I mean,
dude.
shit.
There was so much. There was so much. All right, the 2001 Bratz Dolls. I'm sure none of us had those. I don't think I had them. I don't even remember them very like prominent in my
Bratz
life.
doll?
Bratz, BRATZ.
Didn't our cousins have them?
Bratz doll. Yeah, we had some female cousins who had those.
Yeah, so I know what they are.
The 2002 the Beyblade. It's actually kind of
yeah.
funny.
Beyblades.
And we were into the OG Beyblades that would cut your fucking hand if they hit you. The dangerous ones.
They had
those-
the metal fucking spines and shit on them, and they
They were
would
like
slice your
heavy.
hand open.
Yup.
I don't remember having it, but I remember letting it rip one time. I don't remember when, but I remember
in
letting
class?
it. Maybe.
You can hold it.
Don't nobody laugh. Everyone hold your laughter at that joke. Nobody even mention it. We're just gonna keep going on with the podcast. Don't even mention it. All right, we'll move on.
Real
Roadblock, do you want me to turn on my light, or is this okay?
I would turn it on. You're a little dark.
So a lot of these toys, I'm starting to get to the point where I had these, which is kind of sad because I don't. There's some of these toys that don't really bring back memories, but I had them as mid adults or adulthood. The next 2003 is the Robo-Sapien. Did y'all have that?
No.
Oh, it's
Don't know what that is.
that robot monkey thing, right?
I mean, don't just make an educated guess because it says Robot Sapien.
No,
like,
I know what it is. Yeah.
Maybe more like a gorilla because it was pretty
Okay,
cool.
either way, I know
That
what it
thing,
is.
yes, we didn't have them, but that thing was cool as fuck.
I knew what it is. I wasn't taking an estimated guess, bitch. I knew what it was.
We
I
swear on
just
this
never had
podcast.
it.
This robot came pre-programmed with moves that it could do, but it could also be controlled by remote control. Dang. All right.
Dude, actually, don't you remember Kicking It Old School? That's the one they're using when you're training.
Yeah, and that actually came.
I remember that. I'm just saying, like, we never had one. Those things are always cool as shit.
And that actually came from the original Saturday Night Live 24 with Bobby Lee, where he would dance with that in the. I forgot what was the show. I just said it.
They did it in Kicking It Old School.
Mad TV.
SNL.
Mad TV.
Yeah,
I'm thinking not Mad TV. All right, I never had one of these, and I'm kind of already like, this one is kind of like probably y'all had one. The 2004, I don't even care no more. The 2004, the Nintendo DS. Did y'all have one of those?
Yeah.
Squid did.
I had the light, and RC had the original.
Yeah, I had the original. He had the light. Yeah.
I still have the original too.
What games did y'all play? Did you just play Pokemon Ed, or is there other
I
games?
played Pokemon, Mario Kart.
Rip to my Nintendo.
I was about to say, RC played fucking Nintendogs.
What is? Oh, I remember. I do remember that.
The girls were into it, so I played it. Rip to my Nintendo. And all the other ones out there that are gone.
That was like a Tamagotchi, right? You had to keep it alive.
This is like a moment.
You could literally
Nintendogs in this world.
Right? You could raise the dogs, and you had to feed them and water them and groom them, and then you could do like shows and teach them tricks and shit. It was really cool. It was really innovative for its time. But I had that.
I would say it was primarily for Pokemon, but I did play other games throughout my time with that.
Yeah. Donkey Kong and all that shit that was on there.
I do remember the Donkey Kong one. These next few are kind of like things that I'll just say it. The 2005, the Xbox 360. I'm sure we all had one of those.
Everyone
had something like
Went
that.
through a couple of fucking Red Ring of Death.
Yeah, the Red Ring of Death. Yeah, so I do remember that because I never had it, but my brother had one, and I would play it with him. It was his.
Wait, you said Xbox or the 360?
The Xbox 360.
Okay, 360. I thought you said OG Xbox. I was like, why did I say Red Ring of Death? But yeah, no, the 360.
Well, that was the Red Ring of Death that was on the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And that was.
I thought you just said the regular Xbox. I fucked up.
What game do you remember the most from that game? Is it just Halo? Everyone's just Halo.
On 360?
Yeah.
Mine, it's gonna get mushy because it's a memory, but my most remembered game is Army of Two. Playing it with that motherfucker right there.
I was gonna say Army of Two, playing with Squid. Separately, I would have to say, Midnight Club. Midnight Club or Mercenaries. Those are the two. Mercenaries Part 2. Those are the two games that I played independently.
If I'm gonna do separately, then fuck with the 360.
Yeah, the 360.
I'm gonna say Skate because that was the first console.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
We had Skate on the 360 before we had our PS3, so yeah.
Yeah, and we'd take turns playing. That was fun.
I never played Skate, but I know they're coming out. I was a Tony Hawk's fan.
They're coming out with Skate 4, which is retitled Skate. Apparently, it's going to be free to play and cross-plat.
I'm excited for that. I really am.
So fucking pumped.
I do think this next one revolutionized a lot of the gaming industry. The 2006, the Nintendo Wii. I do remember having one. I remember having that. That was.
But still does. It's right there.
Yeah, I mean,
TV.
the Wii Sports just alone was like phenomenal.
Balling, bro.
It was so innovative. It really was. You're not kidding, Steve. Like, it definitely changed the way gaming, and not even that, just living room gaming, because it wasn't something that was just for kids or people that had the money. It was a family, for once, a family style console that everyone could participate in and everyone could have fun with, and that was it's fucking awesome.
It was definitely.
I will say this. Oh, it's finished, Steve.
No, I'll say it was definitely a good game console. Go ahead, Ed.
I'm pretty sure you can agree with me. It holds up better than the Switch one they came out with too.
True.
I think it has better games, but again, the Switch
No,
might
the
drop.
bowling. I'm talking about the bowling.
Oh, the bowling? Yeah, I like the
The Wii
Wii.
bowling is so much better than the Switch one.
Yeah, I like the bowling on the Wii. The Switch one, I haven't really given it a fair chance though. So,
It's not bad, but the bowling's better.
again, this is in 2006. So now, what are we like? 15 years later,
Something like that.
around that. Math is hard. And now we have it on the Switch. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, now these are gonna get kind of weird. 2007 iPod Touch. I didn't have an iPod Touch.
Touch.
We-
That was
oh,
the one that
no.
was like a little iPad, right? Or like an iPhone.
The precursor to the iPhone, basically, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
before.
Okay, no, we did not have this.
We never had those, yeah.
Yeah, I never had one of these. I had a Zoom.
We had the fucking shuffles and the
Yeah.
We had
iPod.
shuffles.
I had shuffles. Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
shuffle.
Yeah,
The
the
stick.
OG iPod sticks, the shuffle sticks.
And then we had, I think we both had. He had an iPod Mini, and I had an actual iPod.
I had the iPod. The iPod. Like it was like random. It was a little rectangle that was like about that
Oh, it
big.
had a clip on it. I
Yeah,
had one of those
yeah,
too. I had one of
yeah.
those.
So that was kind of
I
the
think
first
I
one.
have his. I think he
Yeah.
gave it to my mom, and mom ended up giving it to me. I still have it.
Yeah.
actually.
All right, I don't know any of these other ones. 2008 Wally toys. So I guess this is all to the Wally. Yeah, 2008.
Like
Wall-E?
Yeah,
Like the
Wally.
Disney movie?
Yeah,
Okay,
that would be
okay.
fucking depressing.
I believe that this
Movie's
is.
sad as shit.
Yeah, this is a good movie. In 2008 was. I mean, we were going through a lot. Nobody had money in 2008. I mean, we had the housing crisis. We're all broke in 2008. So I don't know.
That movie hit home.
2009 we had the Zuzu pets. I do remember the commercial.
Are those little gerbil things?
Yes, they had little
Okay,
cars.
I remember the commercials. Yeah.
Don't remember. Don't know.
I think it went like something like, "It's a
Didn't they come out
Zuzu.
with, yeah.
It's a Zuzu. It's a Zuzu pet."
Didn't they have like a tailored to boys one where they were like ninjas or something?
I don't know, man. That's not the picture I got.
Yeah,
I never had
I don't
one.
remember it enough.
They're trying to do like a ninja one or something like that, and I was like, why?
Wow, okay, these are all going to be ass, these next ones. I never had any of these. I'm looking ahead. 2010, the iPad. I still don't have an iPad. I'm a grown-ass man.
Never had an iPad.
I just don't see
Mom
the...
has one. I never had one though.
Mom has one.
I don't see the practicality of having an iPad. Like, unless I'm an artist or, like...
Right here.
Yeah, like, I don't really need something that big. Like, what am I supposed to do? Take it to the gym? Like, I don't know. Like, I'd rather just take my phone. But this is in 2010, so this is 2010, so it's,
Yeah.
it's not, it's, back then, what did you really have?
Yeah.
It was an innovation in technology.
Yeah, what did you even have in 2010 when you went to the restroom? You just read the Febreze bottle, right? Alright, sorry.
We're lucky enough to have a Febreze bottle.
Alright, now we're getting kind of interesting. The 2011, the LeapPad Explorer was the #1 selling toy.
Okay.
I remember that shit from when we were young. Like,
Yeah.
The other lead pads. But
I don't remember it as a kid, but I bought my nephew something with LeapPad in it. It's definitely one of those tablet sets for children. Like, that's kind of cool. I'm all about innovation for children and their learning. Because, like, right now, I mean, all children are probably, like, glued to their iPads. We're right now in what is known as a technological revolution, where we're just producing out multiple technological advances. And this is something that I feel we're going to deal with later on. It's going to be in the DSM-5, which we'll talk about whenever we talk about mental health, but about like pulling someone's iPad from them and them losing their shit, because it's the same thing as restricting someone from caffeine. So all these are going to be all iPad stuff.
It's taking away the dopamine.
Yeah, so and we'll get into that later, but I just wanted to kind of bring it up that all these are going to be technological stuff. I never had none of these. The Wii U, I played on it before. My buddy has one, but I didn't have one.
I didn't get one.
Yeah, same. My buddy has one, and you can plug it to your Switch, and basically, if you play Mario, Super Mario World, he can actually put blocks where you can jump on, like just place them, which is kind of cool. But that's about it.
Yeah, I know they tried to do some innovation between the Wii U and Switch when it was releasing
The
to make it relevant.
I just never found the urge to get it. 2013, Techno, the robotic puppy. I remember seeing these all over the place. It was a robot. They had pink and blue. Do you guys remember that?
The only thing I remember is the iDog.
I remember the iDog. I had one.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, same. Okay, this next one's kind of cool. 2014, Frozen Dolls. The Frozen Dolls.
The Frozen series, of course.
It was
Those are still a thing.
huge. I mean, the Frozen was a huge series. I can't believe it's going on almost 10 years with the
Songs fucking slap.
Yeah, it was
Still going?
good soundtrack. Yep, that was it was good. I'm sure Olaf plushies were one of the big ones. Castle
Fucking
sets.
Josh Gad.
Hashtag let it go.
Yeah, so that was definitely one. All right, I wanted one of these so bad, and I had money back then, but I didn't buy it. The Star Wars BB-8 toy droid.
Original. Yeah. They released the first or the new Star Wars saga.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. I don't care for the new trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted one because it's so cool the way it moved. I never had one.
The head and then
But it was awesome. Now, the next two are the last two on the list. I was going to stop at 2015, but I just want to know if you ever heard of these. The 2016 Hatchimals.
Yes, I know exactly what Hatchimals are.
Okay, that's the number one
They're
song.
really cool. They're definitely a younger child's toy, but they are really cool how they function and work. Yeah.
They did spearhead the dig for toy craze that's going on now that you can find where like you put it in water and you can dig it out like Hatchimals.
Yeah.
Shit. Like they from what I believe they started
The creation style toys. Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard of it. And this last one, LOL Surprise, 2017.
Fuck those dolls.
I don't know.
Doll. Yeah, that's why I have no idea what the fuck that
They
is.
are the biggest waste of money I've ever seen in my life, dude. They are these little like the basic one is like a little round ball that it's like $15. You open it up and it's a tiny fucking doll that's naked and you put little clothes on it and that is it.
Wow.
And it's like, dude,
It's
they are
naked?
expensive and it's just a little ball of stuff.
Like a dollar store Barbie.
What age group is that for? Like, what age group is that toy for? What are we talking? Like,
Probably like 9 to.
See, I was gonna say probably 8 and up.
yeah, okay, all right.
But like, dude, they've expanded and they have all kinds of other shit. They have actual like dolls now and shit. They have like a boys one because I saw them on Christmas when I was stocking, which we saw them in my store.
All right.
But like, it makes no sense. But I have one for y'all.
Go ahead, slut.
Okay.
Y'all ever heard of Poopsie?
Yeah,
I know Poopies, but not Poopsie.
that was the toy you feed it and it poop, right?
No, it was a fucking toy shit.
Oh no, then I don't know what that is.
That
Like the poop emoji.
yes, but like it exactly know what it was. But basically, yeah, you like created a toy glitter,
What?
like slime piece of shit. It's called Poopsie. We had it at HEB. Yeah, dude, it was the most. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is what it's come to. Look it up.
We will look it up at another time. I don't want that on my screen.
I want to know at what year was there any year that Legos were relevant?
Ooh, that's a good one. I didn't see it on this list. Maybe that's on another list,
like,
but I highly doubt.
we went all the way from 80s up. Like I would imagine at some point Legos had to have been.
Oh, actually, now that I think about it, it might have been in the very beginning because we skipped. 65 is when it started. So, Hot Wheels was. I'll go through a couple of them.
That was stupid as shit.
That looks like the dumbest thing ever.
Unicorn poop. Unicorn shit. That's what it was.
So I'll briefly go over some of the ones that were before like 1980s.
Honorable mentions.
65 was G.I. Joe. Susie Haymaker was Susie Homemaker was 66 Haymaker. You gonna eat this shit, Susie? The Light Bright was 67. Hot Wheels.
The lights were cool as shit.
Yeah, Hot Wheels 1968.
I love Hot Wheels.
Snoopy Astronaut. The fuck?
Snoopy.
69.
Brown,
Oh,
Snoopy, that's fair.
1969 was the year we went to the moon. So that's actually something that I can see
That's
why.
fair. Yeah.
Okay. The Nerf ball 1970.
Whoa. Nerf has been a thing since the 70s.
It was the Nerf ball.
Oh, dude, Nerf has been around for a fat minute.
Damn.
I can't tell if they rebranded or what, but this was the world's first indoor ball. So it's marketed as. 71 was Weebles. Uno was 72. Skateboard was 73, but we know a lot about that. Dungeon.
Picked that at Walmart plenty of times.
This is a very popular one right now. 1974 was Dungeons and Dragons, which is really popular.
D&D.
Yeah,
D&D is so much fun.
I never got into it, but that's the one.
I asked you to play with it. You
we need
said
to do it.
no.
I will do
need to
it,
do
but
it.
not with you guys. No offense.
Why?
I'm just kidding. No, I just didn't want to get pressured into doing it because I feel like I won't like it if I get pressured to do it. So when Ed was
I
pushing
get
me to do it, I didn't want to do it. But now I want to do it. I don't know.
I'm gonna
Let's try it.
start
No,
pressing
fuck
you
yeah,
into
let's try it.
All right,
I'm
sounds
fucking
good.
down, bro. And we have a badass dungeon master too, so anytime.
1975 was the Pet Rock. Let's just fucking not even acknowledge that. 76
That
was
was a real no. That was a real thing.
yeah.
Somebody somewhere decided you could get rocks, package them as a toy, and sell them to people.
It's
Well,
not
like-
like a boulder. It's a rock.
It's a rock.
Gary Dahl
Talk
is his
about
name.
like making money. Like talk about ingenuitiveness right there. Like
Gary Dahl was his name. That's his name. The guy. He's a millionaire, by the way. The simple
Yeah.
idea made him millionaires. It was marketed as Smooth Zone was marketed as the perfect pet because it took minimal effort to take care of. I still probably lose
biggest
that.
flex. The
Yeah.
biggest flex.
for real. Like he
To
sold
be the
rocks
guy
to
that-
people.
To be like, you know what I made my money from? Selling rocks.
Fucking selling dildos to nuns and ice to Eskimos. This motherfucker sold rocks to the world. Like, how do you do that shit? Like,
Immediately
it's
panty
incredible.
dropper. Immediately panty
Right.
dropper. Like, what do you do for a living? I sold
did
rocks.
for an hour.
Yeah, I mean,
For my
hell,
shit.
Why
rocks.
isn't he in Shark Tank?
Oh shit.
He already made his
Jeff
millions.
Bezos who?
1976 was the Chair Doll. I don't really remember Cher too much.
Chair doll?
Share like Sunny.
Share, like sharing.
Sorry, I'm Mexican, dude. Give me a break.
No, I heard chair and I'm
The-
like,
the-
chair doll. I
the-
think Annabelle. That's a problem.
The Share Doll.
That's called Agony Ann, by the way.
There you go. Okay.
That's what the Annabelle doll was.
Star Wars was 1977. Action figures.
Okay,
So that
nice.
one makes sense. Simon Says what?
They had some of those.
Yeah, I had some of these too, like Luke and all of them. I had some. What are they called? Wookiees. I had some Wookiees.
Wookiee.
Ewoks. Yeah. I had all of them when I was a kid. Simon Says was 78. I'm looking for these Legos. Atari was
They're always
79.
telling me what to do.
Yeah, I guess I can't find Legos, dude. I don't know. That's odd.
crazy, man.
Yeah, I can't
That's
find.
insane.
Yeah,
There's such a thing. Like, how has it not been popped up?
Yeah, like that's crazy. But
Yeah.
I mean, it goes by statistics, right? So like, if they just didn't sell over something else, I mean, it's understandable.
Well, and yeah, because to be fair, I guess Legos has always been imaginative up until now when they actually have sets.
Yeah, building sections and shit. Yeah.
Why it was never as big if like people didn't want to have to make shit.
Well, also a lot of the toys that are out are based off of popular films and movies. The Legos didn't have a movie back then when it was coming out.
They have one now.
That's
Yeah,
true.
now they do,
Yeah.
and maybe they're more popular now.
Smash.
Yeah, so now they don't have. They didn't have like a Power Rangers movie, or they didn't have like GI Joes to like kind of go
Well,
off.
their
Of.
games are bomb as shit.
I heard rumors the games are pretty good.
Bro,
The Star Wars Saga one they released is fucking awesome.
I want to get it, but the Lego Harry Potter one's fire too.
All
How about
right.
that one? That one was so much fun.
Oh, the Harry Potter one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to think about it, for $50, you are getting a
Nice.
giant ass game. Every single movie is in it. Like a whole storyline of Star Wars, the entire thing is in one game, broken up through strategic pieces. And then of course they do have DLC for other portions, but like you're getting so much content for a game, it's fucking stupid. Like it's awesome.
I'll check it out. Well, those are the games that we had, and now let's kind of spend the last like 20 to 30 minutes talking about games that toys and games that we had growing up. I'll go first. I mean, I was born in the 90s, early 90s, so I had a lot of the things that you would kind of expect. The big ones I do remember were G.I. Joes, because I had G.I. Joes. I loved G.I. Joes. I would break their legs and throw them over the, whatever. Play them in mud. I would get in trouble. The G.I. Joes is a really big one. But one of the...
So you created scenes from life.
Yeah, like where I broke my leg and I'm like, oh, that's me. Huh, you have a girlfriend? No. No, but it was cool. G.I. Joe's was really cool back in the day. And I had them and we used to play. And it's funny because my friend, we were just talking about, it had to be G.I. Joe's or something. And he goes, yeah, me and our other friend were playing with G.I. Joe's and he was being too loud. And my mom just snapped on him and was like, shut the hell up. Like he got on his ass about it. It was so funny. Because, like, just the idea of, like, being kids and being loud with their toys.
Yeah, you're lost in your imagination. Your video, like, in your brain, you're watching this cinematic masterpiece happen in front of you, and then your mom's, shut the fuck up!
Yeah, shut the hell up over there. Go to your room. But, yeah, those games were really cool. And I remember growing up. And now, I mean, even back then, one of the things I remember spending, like, most of the time with was I had a bike. I had one of those, it was a mongoose. I had a mongoose bike that I spent majority of the time riding, and that was like the big toy that lasted multiple years. And then, of course, we played football on the streets. But, again, it was kind of rare. I had weird toys. Street Sharks were another one. I had Warriors of Virtue, which nobody remembers. Kangaroo fighting kangaroos. That's what they were. And I had those. And then I had, last one I had was Small Soldiers. I had the Small Soldiers toys. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't make the list. I had, like, most of them. They were awesome. And now my brother has them, and he lets my nephew play
Blockbuster
with them.
movie. Like, it was literally a great movie. I'm surprised.
Amazing.
It was such a good movie, and I remember liking all the toys. And I mean, we quote them to this day, like talking about like Chip Hazard, Brick Bazooka, and my brother has a couple of them. He lets my nephew play with them, and I kind of want to be like,
Aw.
give me those. These are mine. They come with me.
Yeah.
These go home with me. You play with your little Lego sets. These are mine.
These are collectibles, damn it.
Yeah. Quip, get these out of your mouth. No, but he has them, and my brother for his birthday, I actually got him a Nick Nitro, and I remember I had to find it. So it's kind of comes in.
Yeah.
I would kill to have those. One of the big toys I wanted as a kid, that if I had today, which I probably wouldn't survive, is the Hulk Armstrong. Do you guys remember that one?
It wasn't like the stretch. It was the Hulk, but it was a stretch Armstrong.
They had a Stretch Armstrong. They made one a limited edition Hulk Armstrong one, where it was.
Interesting.
And right now there is only believe like 10 in the world.
Wasn't it for the Lou Ferrigno show or movie that they made, right?
Yeah, it was for Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, it's for the original Lou Ferrigno Hulk.
So there was there's probably 10 right now in the whole world. And one of the things I heard listening to Kevin Smith is he talks about when he sold all his comic books, he had to let go of that one. And he said it's come full circle because that's the one toy he would want more than anything, and he lost it to make and it kind of shows how much you're willing to give. I'm sure he didn't know it was going to be like hundreds and hundreds of thousands, but he gave all of that to kind of build his movie career. And now
To make Clerks, right?
Now he can't even get it. Yeah, to make Clerks, the original one. Now he can't even get that toy because they're so rare.
But he's about to drop 3.
I'm hyped about it. But
Yeah, I'm so excited.
now computers, right? That's where I am. I went through most of the systems growing up, and now I'm just all about computers. This is the toy I play now, and with my dingling. But that's about it.
I was like, yeah, there's another. Yeah.
Yeah, there's another toy. What about you?
That toy never leaves us.
Let's see. I don't want to be strategic about this. I feel like if I do RC first, he's gonna name toys that you're gonna name, Squid, because he probably handed it down to you.
Go Squid first.
Yeah.
That's probably a better option.
Yeah, go ahead, Squid.
So I can alleviate anything that I have.
So growing up, basically the main ones that I remember the most was Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Me and that guy had like
We had
tracks.
so many Hot Wheels.
Like
Dude.
I'm talking, we'd be in the living room, and it would go from the living room to the kitchen, and the tracks we had them all connecting and fucking everything. We had like 6 cars each, and we like play like, okay, well, this is our crew, this is your crew. We race, try to we had the whole ass like.
We had we had a whole fucking city and then some. It was so much fun.
Did your parents ever step on them?
That shit.
Did your parents ever step on one of those damn toys and lose your shit?
No. Luckily not.
My
My
parents.
mom almost would so many times. She would like, have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents.
As
stepped
long
on
as
one
we
of those.
didn't go into the portion of the kitchen that she needed to like be cooking or whatever she did in her time, because I don't remember as a kid, but she wouldn't care. The minute we started getting into her space, then she'd get fucking mad.
But the strategicness of how we did it, because it was like we'd wake up, we'd set it up, but we'd have to have it down by like 6 when we were gonna eat. Otherwise, my
Yeah.
dad would get mad.
Yeah.
So you had like the racetracks and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he didn't want
Tracks, buildings, streets, all of it.
All right. I like
we
that.
had
One.
we had the fucking car wash. I remember that one the most. The little
That
car
was
wash.
cool.
God, as a parent, if I was a parent, which I'm not, I would be so upset if you got water all over the fucking floor. It had real water, right?
Yeah, it
we
sprayed
didn't-
water and it could wash the cars.
We
But
didn't
yeah,
put
we did
water
put
on
water in it.
Oh,
I think we did it like the first couple of times just to see what it was, but no, we
But
always.
it was a pain in the ass. It wasn't worth the time. Yeah, we just stopped.
But it was still cool because you would put it on top and pull a lever, and it would just go down and like shoot out, and it was really cool.
I remember that. Yeah. All right.
But Hot Wheels, of course. Fucking Power Rangers. I told you, I loved them. Still do. I plan to get a tattoo for Power Rangers and everything. Like, I collected. I had all the toys, games, shows. I had VHS tapes and shit. So Power Rangers is a big one. Aside from that, like with video games, we had Xbox, PlayStation 2, went through 2 PlayStation 2s, 360s, PS3s, 4s, now to PCs. Still trying to get a PS5 though. I fucking want a PS5 so badly.
I forgot about the PS5. I kind of want to get it because of the cool games that are coming out.
Exactly, that's why I want it.
But yes.
But,
So what else? I mean, you didn't even talk about skateboarding. You skateboard till this day.
I was getting.
Oh,
to
well,
that.
who ends with like the end of your life? Okay.
Well, I was gonna take skateboarding if he didn't say it, so thanks for fucking that up for me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We both had we both had mongoose bikes back in the day, as well as scooters and shit. We kind of hit every type of like outdoor movement you can do, like biking, scootering, all that shit. The most prominent was skateboarding. I thank him to this day for getting me into it. He's the one who taught me, and then I surpassed him. And
Significantly.
yeah, but skateboarding was honestly one of the biggest ones, really, that took over me. To this day, I will skate. I always leave my board and a pair of shoes in my car.
Just in case.
I have injuries from it.
Pretty bad ones.
Ew, you're gross.
I can pop my right ankle on command because of it, and my knees give out on me because of it. So yeah,
Yeah.
fun
Not
shit.
to mention, shins that are literally like reading braille. That's fun too.
I
I
don't
like
know how,
that.
but I have a dent in my arm right here. I don't know how I got it. I think it was skating.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, that's what I say though. It was mostly just like those toys, literally just those toys. Skating and video games growing up really is like what I did. I do still collect. So
we keep pointing over there, but people are listening to this.
He has a whole like thing of just collectibles and pop figures and Naruto figures and stuff. It's pretty cool. He has a good collection.
Yeah, I like his collection. I'm just saying, most people are listening to this. What you're looking at right now is hearing is a collection of him moving his
Yeah.
camera. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, what toy do you wish you never had? Like you never, not that you never had. Which toy did you wish you had but never got?
one of the ones I always wanted was an OG original Mighty Morphin Morpher.
Oh,
I've never been able to
Oh,
find
the actual yeah.
that they had the one that you hold like that, and it's like, yeah, just one of those. Just because I always thought it was so cool, and it's such a iconic piece of, Power
You
Rangers.
can find one now.
Now I can,
It's gonna be expensive.
but are they? They're not even the original though. They're not even like the original ones.
No,
From...
no, you can find the original ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking pay for it.
It's an OG one.
Yeah,
Okay, nice. All right, RC.
Like, I
What?
thought about getting a new
because they were made out of metal. The ones nowadays are made out of plastic. The ones back then were made out of a casted metal.
Like
So, there's a difference, and you can tell.
I've looked into getting one of like the newer ones, and I might eventually just to have. But I want like an OG fucking one, because that'd be so sick just to have. As like
Yeah.
a mindset that I have.
So you bust that out on dates. Check this out. Immediately nude. Pants just fly off, right?
Do you have protection? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have it on the belt section, like I look at
Guys,
it.
just pop it open like. Ugh.
I do.
Look into the bar and just strut it.
Sir, do
all
you have
the
any weapons
bitches.
in the car? Yeah.
Yes. Get on the ground. All right, man. I like it. RC, what about you? Do you have any? What toys did you grow up that Ed didn't already ruin for you?
There's one, and when I say it, Squid's gonna laugh because
He didn't say
he forgot about it, and it's another toy that me and him had a lot of, and I enjoyed the fuck out of these things. There was another series growing up, and if you look at nowadays, you know what Paw Patrol is. Back in the day, we had the Rescue Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And it was the funnest because the toys were really well made, and they came with all sorts of little fucking accessories, and they had their own little play sets that you could buy with them too. And my dad would, because as much as we had a lot of this stuff, we did not have a lot of money growing up. My dad did prioritize making sure that we were able to have certain toys if we really, really wanted them. And the Rescue Rangers next to Hot Wheels were two of those toys that he made sure, well, in Transformers, and he got Squid Power Rangers, and my thing was Transformers, but we shared Hot Wheels and the Rescue Rangers play sets. And it was so much fun playing with those things, equal to me with Hot Wheels. That's definitely one that he did not mention. And I'm surprised he didn't, but I bet he forgot.
I did. but I remember now we had like the command fucking center for that.
Yes, we did.
I remember it clearly now, and I remember we would get my Power Rangers and the Rescue Rangers and all the other toys, and we'd like do like a multiverse type shit with those.
Yeah, we would do like full battles and so much fun. So much fun.
Dude, I forgot about that. Holy
I'm surprised I remember that. Fuck, I really am. There's not a lot of my childhood, and some people know, some people don't. I had a brain injury long time ago, and I don't remember a lot of my past. I don't remember a lot of my childhood and stuff like that. So it's funny to me because I do very, very clearly remember those fucking things. Specifically, I remember my dad was on a work trip to San Francisco and came home. And when he got back, he had bought me a Rescue Ranger, and he bought my brother a Power Ranger. And like, I guess it's a memory that it won't go away, which is great. I'm glad I didn't lose that memory, but that's why I just remembered right now. Rescue Rangers were a big part of our childhood with playing. Past that, like Squid said, I mean, skateboarding, gaming consoles, the ones that we did have. Now, there is one thing that I always wanted, and we never had to this day. There's actually two, technically speaking. We never had an N64. I always wanted a Nintendo 64 because I loved Smash Bros. It was one of the favorite games I loved playing. My cousin had one, and we would play with him all the time. And there was other games on there like Army Men and stuff like that I loved. And we never had a fucking we never had an N64. The other one would definitely be a GameCube. Me and Squid wound up getting a GameCube later in life. I think he still has his. But growing up,
the Wii had the same.
yeah, we had the Wii. But we didn't ever have a GameCube, and there was so many games that were released for the GameCube that we played growing up with other people and friends and shit. And I think back, like, it would have been so cool if we would have actually gotten to have one.
One of the I had the 64. I agree. These are all great ones. Do you remember, like, what's the like last memory you remember, like, with as a kid? Like the last toy you remember. I know RC is gonna be hard. I'll give mine just so you can have reference. The last memory I have of like when I was as young as I can think of, we were probably without bits and pieces. Like I can have a full memory. Was we used to play with the Nerf football on down my buddy street, and we must have been like 12, 10, and that's a memory that I remember. We spent all day out there, and you know it was different times because obviously we couldn't come in the house. Our moms would probably, I'm not sure if it was y'all, but our mom would like lock the door and just be like, show up later. Can't do that now because then you get taken. But when we were kids, we would all be out there and throwing the football. And that's like the last memory I remember. And there's like a picture of it somewhere, and I got to find it. But we never, there was like one time we did it, and then we never did it ever again. And I always think about that one of the moments we actually would throw the football out and play like touch football on the concrete. And we did it one time, and then we did it one for the last time. It didn't even know it was the last time, and then we never did it ever again.
Just never played again.
And then we got old, and then now we like, you want to throw the football? Oh, my shoulder, bro. Like, so now it's like
bad hip.
So I always think about that, and that's why I wanted to be this nostalgia memory, because I've been speaking nostalgia with one of the homies, and we've been talking about all the good times we used to have as a kid, and how less stress, and you know, it was just a peaceful time, even though there's a lot of stuff going on. What about you, Ed? What's the earliest memory you have, and with which toy, and which people?
Well, first of all, before I do it, I found them. They're called Rescue Heroes.
Oh, Rescue Heroes, whatever. I remember being Rescue Rangers.
I know, but like, I found them.
Hell yes.
I don't remember those
That's what
at
they
all.
were. Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
It was by Fisher Price. It was like an
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Fish
and
Price,
you
good.
Definitely kids' toys, and you could tell, but they came with so many little accessories and play sets, and it was so fucking fun.
Yeah,
dude.
like they had all kinds of things. Anyways, what is a early memory that I
Yeah,
have?
with like,
Yeah.
and with what toy and with what people, and then the memory that you have. It's gonna be
I
hard.
guess latest memory, yeah.
It's gonna be hard because we have bits and pieces of when we were kids, and you know.
Oh, okay. The latest memory.
But what's the earliest memory you can remember as a kid, playing with like some toy, like an actual story?
There's two.
All right, go ahead. Which is weird because I said earliest, which is singular, but okay.
Well, because I don't know I don't know what time frame these exactly.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just kidding, I'm kidding.
Happen in life?
One was me, my brother, and a childhood friend, Jose, playing with airsoft guns in the house. We were recreating, I think it was SWAT.
Jesus.
Yes.
The
And
movie
we had
saw
like
it?
couch cushions and shit. We baked.
Yeah.
I remember that, and it was a fun time. The other one was being fucking idiots with our uncle and shoving me in a goddamn what is it? What's it called? What's it
Hamper?
called?
It's a
The
fucking
little nice little buggy car thing.
the iconic red and yellow Little Tykes car.
Yeah.
Oh
That's the
yeah.
little plastic caster wheels on the bottom. It's a red base with a single door, the steering wheel, a little horn on it, and the yellow roof.
Yeah, shoving me into it because I was the smallest, them grabbing each side and launching me off a ramp into a fucking inflatable pool.
Jesus
Because we thought it'd
Christ.
be fun.
It
And
was
then
funny.
almost-
It was glorious.
We almost drowned because I got stuck.
Yeah, he couldn't get out of the car, and it tipped over into the pool, and me and my uncle are laughing so hard that we don't realize, wait a minute, he can't get up.
My
Yeah,
leg was bent in, and I was like, fuck, this is where I die.
I remember the little Tykes car. That was such a cool car. I like
So
it.
I don't know exactly when the correlation of time for those memories, but those are two of my memories that I will never forget. Because it was so much fun doing that in the house, like playing like that 'cause we were jumping over the couches and shit.
Yeah, we were
And
daredevils.
that-
We were just daredevils back in
It was
the
just us being stupid, but it was so funny at the time.
Jeez, just daredevils just doing dumbass shit. No, how did we survive this long, right?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
And RC, what about you?
Man.
I don't know.
The aside from like playing video games with Squid and shit like that, the or I won't say earliest, latest. I can't tell you a time frame. I know that we were living in Austin. I can tell you that much. It was us playing cops and robbers with like airsoft guns and fake toy guns and knives, and we were running around our house. And my cousin was living there with us at the time. Rest in peace. And we were with some neighborhood kids, and we were all running through our house and the neighbor kid's house, playing cops and robbers and like hiding. And we had rules, right? If you were shot, you were honorable about it. If you were stabbed, you were honorable about it. You couldn't hide. You couldn't play it off. And we had like a briefcase or something. It was an actual briefcase. It was like my dad's old briefcase that he didn't need anymore. And that was the goal, like the objective. You had to get that and secure it. And like everybody would fight it out as we were playing. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. That's the latest, or I guess the earliest memory I can remember, other than like playing video games with Squid and shit like that.
That sounds so familiar, but I don't remember any of it.
Yeah. It was when Steve and them lived with us.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. But like,
We're unlocking memories left and right.
I'm like starting to see pictures, but I don't remember it. Like, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And holy shit! But I remember. I'm starting to like. I remember doing shit like that with Steven and when they lived with us.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
We weren't allowed to have airsoft guns because I think my brother or my cousin shot someone in the eye, and that was the end of it. Yeah, that's the end of it. Yeah, that was the end.
I did take him out with a golf club.
My brother used to do this thing. We used to play bank robbers or something like that, and I remember he used to make these homemade bombs that were like fake. It was like batteries, like big batteries, taped with red tape on them, and they had a fuse. And he brought one to school, and they called my mom to come pick him up. I believe I'm not sure. I don't think he got in trouble, but like they found him, and he was like, "Those are like our toys," and he had to explain to them that they were not. Back then, that was a kid. Now it's not. Like you can't.
Oh yeah, no. You're talking about they shut down schools and shit for that type of
Yeah.
shit nowadays.
Right then, it's just kid being a kid.
This was like late 90s, you know. It was like in 98, 99. But yeah, that was one of the things I remember he used to do. He used to make a lot too, and he'd bury them in the yard and shit. Like, I don't know. They're probably still there. They're probably still there. Yeah, they're probably still. Somebody's going to go like find them and just freak out. Like,
Go to a
what?
fucking metal detector and go through your back.
Yeah, I mean, he used to do that. That was one of our things he would do. But yeah, I have a lot of good memories with my brother. A lot of systems going up. But it's changed so much now. I honestly feel like people just need that instant gratification. They need to feel like they're seeing something happen in real life. And it just kind of sad, because they don't get to have that imagination that we had. They're losing out on that. And,
Yeah, technology's ruining the imagination aspect of a lot of children nowadays, and that sucks. And we're seeing the repercussions of that.
Yeah, so I always think about that nowadays. I have friends that have kids, and and granted they'll play like make believe stuff, but like for the most part, like they're on their iPads or they're doing iPad stuff. I have one that like one of my I guess goddaughters like draws and stuff, which is really nice. But like in general, like all of them like are playing with their iPods or iPads or and it's like, kind of sad. There's so many different things they're missing out on. Like they just look up. But yeah, that was fun. I like going through memory lane with you guys. This was interesting.
Dude, unlock some core memories I forgot about.
Yeah. Ed's gonna be crying in the shower, in the fetal position. So that was definitely fun.
I did my best.
I did my best. I had fun doing that, guys. And guys, the people that are watching, if you guys have a toy that you like, put it in the comment. We'll talk about it. We have a new episode coming out soon. We don't want to do them back to back, but we definitely want to do nostalgia drinks, nostalgia movies, nostalgia, snack cakes. Like there's so many things we want to do, and we want to bring back what we experienced in the 90s because to us that was like the best era. And even though Ed only experienced like 2 years, he still got the after effect of the 90s.
Yeah, and honestly, I will say with the nostalgias, I know we're going to do the nostalgia food one. We should turn that drink one, take it from the podcast, and actually do that one real.
Yeah, well, like I said, I know that we are going to try to do a food and drink 3 Guys 1 Plate episode. That is coming in the works once we start filming again. That's going to be hopefully early August now with everything going on. But yeah, no, it's coming. We're definitely, I think we'll do those in unison. We'll wind up doing the podcast with the resulting episode of us trying a lot of that stuff too. So it'll be fresh. It'll be nice.
That would be cool.
Yeah, very excited. So definitely check us out on Spotify, YouTube. There's so many. I keep forgetting them. Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify are the big ones. YouTube.
Everyone would have find us by now.
Yeah. Shit. YouTube, obviously find us on YouTube to watch the actual videos, and you can see Ed's dork collection. Follow us, share, tell everyone, all your friends. This is a fun episode. You guys got anything left in the tank?
Nope.
Just thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for more.
All right, appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys next week. All right, bye.
Later, y'all.